Hi there! Before we start maintaining our fast entry screens for GL account postings in SAP S/4HANA, let me quickly show you what I mean. So for instance, if we go to the transaction FB01 like that and insert just the mandatory fields like document date, posting date, the document type, our company code and currency rate, then we could either start down here by inserting our line item details, or we can use this button over here called Fast Entry. This button also works in other transactions, for example F-02. So we click here on Fast Entry, and then you can see there's already a layout defined here for Fast Entry, starting with our posting key. Then we have the account, amount, and some other columns that we could fill. So imagine you now want to build your own layout over here. This is done in the customizing. Therefore, we go to the transaction /N07E6. That's /N07E6. Hit on enter. And here you can see different variants already existing in our system. So we now have two options. Either we select one variant as such and then click here on copy. This will forward us to this little screen where we can state the source variant and then the target variant. And then everything will be copied. However, let's now create a new one from scratch. Therefore, we click here on Create, or you can also press F8 on your keyboard. We need to provide an ID, let's say Z-test, and a name, and then we must choose the number of lines. So this means the number of lines in our screen variant. I will show you the difference later on. For now, we will say 1. Then we hit here on Continue, and now you can see a new screen where there are a couple of columns without any value. Then there is a current field section, and then we have the possible fields. So what we would do is we would choose here from the possible fields per double click. So let's say we want our layout to look like this, starting with the posting key, then the GL account, an order number, a profit center, a text, as well as a tax account, and an amount. So let's now build this template here. And as you can see here on the right hand side, if I scroll down, there is no posting key being displayed as a possible field. This is because you can even scroll further down, and this is done via a keyboard combination. So you press Fn and the downwards pointing arrow on your keyboard. Now you can see more possible fields are being displayed. Again, Fn and the downwards pointing arrow on your keyboard, and here we have the posting key. Now we will double click on it. We need to specify the output length. As we know that a posting key is maximum of 2 characters, we will leave it as is and hit here on Enter. Now you can see the posting key was added. By the way, this offset here is the field position in our screen variant line. So this means where exactly on our screen this posting key will be displayed. Right now it's quite far on the left, so to say. Okay, next off we had the account. So let's scroll up again with Fn and the upwards pointing arrow. Here we have the account, double click. We can adjust the length a bit. So our GL accounts won't be longer than 10 characters, like that. Then we will choose to order. So scroll down again and now scroll down here up until we can see order, double click. Length of the order is 12, that's fine. Then we have the profit center. So therefore we will scroll further down. Profit center, double click. The length of a profit center we can leave to 10, but this really depends on your profit center ID structure. Then next off we have the text. So we scroll down, double click on the text. For the text, we will say 30 characters. Then we have the text code, double click. Length is 2, that's fine. And last but not least, we have our amount. So we scroll up again and double click on the amount. The amount will have a length of, let's say, 10. And now you can see an error message, not sufficient space. So this can happen. Now let's adjust here a bit the length of our fields again. And as you can see, this also makes sense. So for instance, here the offset is 3, then we have 2 more digits, so we are up to 5. So the next one can only start at 6. Then this has a length of 10, so meaning 6 plus 10 is 16. And the next one can only start at 17. And so on and so forth. So what I will do right now is I will crop the text a bit to 20, so that the next one can start here at 41 plus 20 plus 1, which is 62. Like that. And now double click on the amount again, which will have a length of 10. So now you can see it starts here at 65, because this is one more as 62 plus 1, and then this works out fine. So now we can click here on Save. You can see now our new variant was created successfully. Now before we can now utilize this one, we need to mark it and set it here as active. Now you can see it's activated. Then we save, and that's fine. Now let's actually see this variant in action. If we go to /o FB01, for instance, fill the necessary data again, like that, and then click on Fast Entry, you can see still that this is not the fast entry we were just defined in customizing. This is because if you want to see your fast entry screen, you need to go back and back again. And here you need to select editing options. So this is actually done per user. If you scroll down a bit, you can see here GL account items fast entry. This we need to change. And now you can see here our new variant. We can double click on it. Now it's selected here for our user. Then hit on change user master. You can see the option was entered. So now we can go back and again fill here the necessary data. And if we now go to fast entry, you can see exactly our new fast entry screen is being pulled by the system. Please be aware that as said, this only counts for our user. So this is a fast entry with only one line. Let me show you the other case. If we go back here, back again, and select editing options. And now we choose here SAP 02, so standard with 2 lines. Change user master and go back again. Now fill the necessary data and hit on fast entry. Then you can see the screen changes a bit. So now it's being displayed here in 2 lines per line item. This is the whole difference between the 1 and 2 line view. Okay, this marks the end of the video. I hope you liked it. If so, then please subscribe to the channel and activate the bell. Also make sure to subscribe to my Patreon, where we have a community chat and where I post lots of informative documents about SAP. The link is in the bio of my channel. Thanks a lot and see you next time.